No,
it's covered in cum.
It's like a teeth of the
Like a
lips.
weirdly Asian.
Yeah, why is there an accent all of a sudden?
You're covered in cum now.
Okay, hey, welcome to season 1 of Babble Lab. Season 1, episode 1, actually. This is the first time I've ever done this.
Do we have seasons?
I don't know. Oh, there's the fanfare.
Let it wash over you.
That was not long. That was like average length for fanfares.
Oh, so big.
Welcome. So this is Babble Lab. You're listening to what this show is. For those of you who don't know,
We're still self-discovering.
that's true.
right
For
now.
those who don't know, which is kind of weird. I don't know how you wouldn't know because it gets around a lot. Like this is a pretty big podcast. But if you don't know,
Oh, yeah, we're a big deal.
is for diverse individuals here talking about some topics. We have some segments, and we're just going to try to tackle all the questions of life and answer all of them. We should probably say our names. I'm the host, Cole.
I'm Jeff.
I'm also Jeff.
We have two Jeffs, and that's going to get confusing.
good luck
very
with that.
fast.
You're not going to
We have to-
differentiate.
we have to-
Good luck.
We have to differentiate.
You,
that
my
somehow.
No,
friends,
I don't
the
wanna-
listeners are fucked. And I'm Jake.
So we got Jeff, Jake.
Jeff, Jake, Cole. And
Listen to
yeah,
Jace.
we're going to tackle some topics. So actually, let's jump into our
Topics
first.
that we don't know about.
No, that's our first segment. Topics we don't know about.
It's important to note that this is a blind thing for us because
Not for me.
I like
I've
to
actually researched these.
think that I'm intelligent, but I'm probably going to sound really stupid.
If
so
we-
I need to start
It's true.
making the excuses
If
now.
by research we mean I read the Wikipedia article on all of these topics, then I'm very well researched.
That's
in all
how
of these.
research is
well,
done.
well compared to the rest of us, you are.
Yeah, I'm very researched.
No
all right,
test.
let's jump in this our first segment. What do we call this? What was this segment called?
I arbitrarily called this "Never Heard of It."
I like that because it actually described exactly it.
Okay.
So what happens here is I've researched some topics by doing random Wikipedia articles, and now they're going to pick one out of a hat, and they're going to try to guess what it is, and then I'll kind of let them know what it is, and we'll discuss the mini merits of it. Who wants to pick? Who wants to be the first pick?
we didn't get a hat.
This hat
This
is...
isn't.
I
I
love
love
this hat, guys.
This hat is going to be Cole's hands.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
Wow, where did you get that
It's
giant
a 10
sombrero?
gallon
That is-
hat. It's
that
a
is
it's
the-
a cowboy hat.
That is the worst fucking hat I've ever seen.
Is it-
If
actual
you're in
NASA
the,
space
if
helmet?
you're in the rain and you just happen to need a hat, just use your hands.
Is there some? Are you leading me here? There was
No,
one that
no.
was clearly on top.
I feel led.
Pick whatever
and
you
I
need.
feel like he wanted me to pick that one. But if he knew that I knew that I
it's
wanted
double reverse
it.
psychology.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this one.
Oh, okay.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah. What is it?
Bislama.
Bislama. Okay.
Bislama.
So that's a
Spelling,
great topic. Bislama is a great topic.
Bislama.
Yes, Bislama is one of the great topic. This is going to be a fun one to get started with, actually. All right, what do you guys think Bislama is?
Well, it's definitely related to
Llamas. So, I mean,
Has something to do with
obviously, this is llamas that are out for employment, as they are in business.
No, it's
business llama.
it's a consultant. It's a business
Oh, it's the
consultant. It's a
Bislama.
YouTube personality. I'm the Bislama.
That's
his
true.
deal, and he wears
YouTube
orange
personality.
sunglasses.
Wait, he consults
Yeah.
llamas?
Or, no, he's like he consulting
He is a llama.
llama.
That's his
Oh,
little
okay.
gimmick.
It does sound like a shitty like software as a service platform.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just give you a hint then. This is actually, well, I guess it's not really a hint. This is telling you what it is.
It's a place.
It's a language.
Bislama?
Bislama is a
Where?
language.
Is
And
it the
there
language
is
of
some
business?
great qualities to this language.
I thought old languages
Is it like a
ended
clicky
in
one?
ick or in.
Okay.
Well, that depends if they're clicks or not.
So,
Got real sounds.
do you want me just to give you a little background on Bislama?
I just want to note that I'm offended by Jeff's Anglo-centric view of languages. Want to get that out there? And if I'm offended, that means that I'm right. That's how that works.
It's true.
Yeah, Jake being offended doesn't happen very often. So,
He just says he's offended when it's
No,
convenient for him.
being offended is how you're right about things.
Give us a little
In today's day
Bislamic.
and
Let's
age.
hear it.
Yeah, let's hear some
okay,
Bislamic.
not
well,
my truth.
Spit me a little Bislamic.
let me tell you the Bislamic. So the Bislama is the language of the. I can't even pronounce this. Oh wait, let's see.
Vanuatu.
The Vanuatu.
Oh.
You guys know Vanuatu?
Yeah,
they were
it's
the
an
bad
island.
guys in the Phantom Menace, right?
Yes.
No, it's an island.
You know them? You know the Vanuatu?
Yeah, no, it's like a really good spot for scuba diving.
It looks beautiful.
Their main sport is hunting the locals.
This is Vanuatu right here. This is actually off the
hunting the
coast.
locals or the foreigners?
This is actually off the coast of Australia.
Oh, Papua New Guinea. See, they're the cannibals.
Okay,
that are
so-
yeah, they
right?
have some weird tribal shit going on there.
Yeah.
It's
It looks
wonderful.
honestly great, though. I mean, I would like. It's just so weird that people live out here. Like, look at that.
I really there's a dive watch I really like.
okay,
that
so
a
this is
Carnival
clearly
cruise?
a cruise spot. Yeah, that's a Carnival cruise line.
Hell yeah!
It's not Carnival, is it?
Yeah, look,
I
it's
know
got the tail.
The red
Oh,
dorsal fin
shit.
is how you can tell.
I want to go.
think that's
I
a
would love to
female.
go here. I don't know how much is going on here, but it looks just like I can't believe
Is that
people
what
live
the
here.
thing's supposed to be?
All right, so tell us about
Okay,
Bislama.
so Bislama. The funny thing about Bislama is okay. Let me
Is
just
the
tell you,
name?
let me tell you about the grammar. Two frequent words in Bislama are long and belong, which take the place of many prepositions in English or French. So most of their language is made up of the roots long and belong.
So we could, like, you know how the if I were going to pretend I knew Arabic, I would go Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Of course.
If I were to pretend I knew Bislama,
Like habla, habla,
Long, 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 long,
long. I don't know.
and that's not racist.
I think
this is a language,
It's still
Jeff.
racist.
It's probably racist.
Is it racist if it's true?
Okay, let me tell
I
you.
don't think it's racist if it's Bislama.
The
because, like,
national
nobody knows
anthem-
what the fuck that
Well, Bislama
is.
is just a language, so
the Vanuatu national anthem is called Yumi 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 or Yummy Yummy Yummy. So this language,
That's-
yummy,
gummy-
yummy, yummy. I got Bislama tum.
That's the Gummy Bear song.
Yeah.
yeah. So this language is a gold mine of things here.
Oh, click on long.
Yeah, you want to read about long?
Long.
Can we
Next,
play?
next to by the side.
So it's their preposition. Is
Can
long.
we play their national anthem?
Yes, we actually can.
They
Is
have
there-
one?
I'm glad you asked.
This island created music.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it down a little bit. Here we go.
This doesn't sound like it would be called Yummy Yummy Yummy.
How did they come up with horns? Like, did they develop metallurgy in the
I
middle
don't
of the
know.
Pacific?
It means
I
wee,
honestly,
wee, wee.
I mostly just skimmed this and then I read long and belong and I was like, I need to include this topic.
I feel like the Dutch landed here and told everyone, you need an anthem.
In God we
Yeah.
stand.
Should I
Long
use
God
this?
Yumi stand up.
So it was inhabited by Malaysian people first, and then the first Europeans with the Spanish,
That's like so much
as
stuff.
they do.
Minion?
So yeah, that's yummy, 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 or yumi, yumi, yumi. I'm not really sure.
Which just means wee, 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 apparently.
Well, it's Y-U-M-I, right?
Well,
so
let's-
if it's two vowels separated by one consonant, doesn't the first one say its name? So it's Yumi? Is that true?
No idea.
Well, if you know,
Maybe in Bislama.
if you know Bislama, they
Bislama?
have different.
Am I imposing
What's
my
what's
Anglican
what's
pronunciation?
Vanuatu's GDP? Was that in the stats there?
It's 7. It says right there.
Seven units, 7 chickens.
3,000.
Oh, I was close.
3,000.
That's per capita.
3,000 what?
$3,000.
That's per capita.
No, the total is 743 million.
Yes, but per capita is 3,000.
Oh, per capita, sure.
Yeah.
I should
And-
say 3 or is that a 3,000?
honestly
Do we
don't
have
know.
an economist here? Does that mean that each person on average there produces 3,000 somethings of worth?
I think that's. Yes, that is what it
I
means.
think so.
Wow.
So I don't.
Industrious little island.
Yeah, I honestly didn't read much about the island.
Is there
all
industry-
tourism.
I was just going to ask.
All. It's got to be.
Well, let's see. There's probably a section on that.
How
economy.
many? Have you guys seen that like maps without New Zealand thing? It's like a whole subreddit. There's just a bunch of maps out there that omitted New Zealand. Like,
Why?
Fuck it. I don't know. Because the world ends in Australia, apparently. I would think that there's a lot of maps
Wait,
out
Australia isn't New Zealand?
Aren't those the same place?
there. The people are identical,
Okay.
but the
That
places.
makes
are-
sense then. That makes sense then.
I had a New Zealand coworker who would just roll in his grave right now,
Yeah.
although he's not dead.
Well,
I love those Fujis.
Yeah, so
Well, he would be if he
apparently,
heard that.
apparently the economy is driven by agriculture, tourism, offshore
How
financial.
is it driven by agriculture?
Offshore financial services, which makes
Ah,
sense.
that's-
Oh, you can bury your
There
ashes
it
there.
is.
Top
We should've
ten.
put
and I like how that comes right before raising cattle in that list. Offshore financial services and
And
raising
tourism,
cattle.
though. But to the top 3 is tourism and offshore financial services. So it wasn't the Panama Papers; it was the Vanuatu Papers,
Yeah,
where they were
so-
storing all the money.
I don't know. I just thought
It's a really like famous dive spot, I think.
I'm seeing a lot of descriptions, but not a lot of numbers to back that up. Like there's substantial fishing activity.
there is substantial. That's
Yeah.
what I read.
imagine just like 4 guys.
Well, they said it doesn't bring
on a-
much to the foreign exchange.
Yeah,
It's mostly
so
just
are these in
that's what they
order?
live on. I don't think so.
Yeah,
It's-
because I'm going to assume that offshore financial services and tourism are 85%.
I'd probably safe to say, but they did have manganese.
Yeah, is it like a
mining.
nutrition label?
Manganese?
Manganese, right?
Is that similar to
Manganese?
No, it's manganese.
Manganese?
Mangan-
Oh, that's that mango mayonnaise stuff.
yeah.
You're skipping
Yeah.
an N.
Okay.
Put that on all my
12.5
sandwiches.
But you
VAT.
can mine it?
They were, and they halted it in 1978.
Fascinating.
I don't know. It's just interesting that people live on such small islands. To me,
Yeah, I didn't know.
what
that
is
this
life like on
existed.
those islands? Do you think most people leave those islands, or do you think they live there their whole life?
I don't know. There's
I don't
that,
know why
there's
you
that dumb
would
show on HGTV that's like island hunters, and then these people that are
Wait,
way too rich go buy islands.
Island hunters.
That's not as expensive as
What
I
did
think.
I
I
say?
thought you said Ireland hunters.
Yeah, they hunt Ireland.
I'd watch that.
because they have a lot of money. And
Well,
then
there's
they-
a guy who wants to, the same guy who brought
Donald Trump?
wolves back to Yellowstone. He wants to bring back megafauna to the Great Britain Islands. He wants to bring back lions and all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
There. So there might be in the distant future
I didn't realize that was referred as megafauna.
big animals.
Yeah,
big
yeah.
animals.
In
I'm
2016,
too
the
dumb for that.
population of the whole entire island is 286,000.
Wait, Ireland
What?
or island?
No, the whole island.
200,000
That's
people.
weird.
286,000.
Back to the map.
That's nothing, right?
That's
Yes.
well,
Well, it depends on the size of
200,000?
for an island this size.
That's like half the
They are
population of
rabbits,
Miami.
clearly.
It looks tiny though.
No, I think it's bigger than you think.
I haven't seen a single house yet. It's just jungle.
Well, that's the pictures we've been looking at. They-
Oh.
they probably have a
Oh, is
city.
it
Like
this
it's,
whole,
it's a
like,
whole
archipelago?
archipelago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
I don't know
So
if
is it
that,
just
but I think
286,000 on the main island?
that's what they said. Yeah.
Go to Earth.
Where's the yeah? Let's
Yeah, Earth.
let's see if we can get the city.
Just click Earth.
I did click Earth.
Come on.
Click Earth again.
Okay, where's the?
There's no cities.
I know they
That
said
is
there. They
just
said there's like a.
tourist, clearly.
I remember reading there is a capital city here.
That east side had some agriculture going on.
What's the capital of this place?
Probably half of them work on the cruise ship.
That's all the benefits of the first
If
world.
that's one of their biggest things, like tourism, and there's a lot of them on the cruise ships, and then a lot of the people are because my understanding is like Carnival is so cheap because they don't hire employees in the United States
Yeah,
most
where
of the
are
time.
they based?
They're down in the
somewhere
Caribbean.
yeah, somewhere in the like Cayman Islands.
You might be surprised how like protective the laws get in some of these places. Like New Guinea, I know is like they're weird about like owning land. Like I think you can't own land there. You can only lease it for like up to 100 years.
Is that
or something
that
for the
Native
government.
American ideal that it belongs to all
Yeah,
of us
sort of.
kind
I mean,
thing?
yeah. Well, it belongs to me for 100 years, and once everyone I know is dead, then it goes back to the government.
That's about
so-
how long I want to own land for. I just want it for 100 years, and then
you
whoever
die?
whoever can have it.
You don't really care at that point,
Right.
Well, you won't care about much
Like
at that point.
not children at that point, or
No,
they're
it'd
just
be
like
nice.
fuck
No,
it,
they
they
have
can go
to
do their
earn
own
their
thing.
own shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You're one of those people.
It is interesting here. I'm reading that.
What do you mean those?
Yeah, those people.
I'm reading that they have a parliamentary democracy and a written constitution that says the head of the republic is known as the president and shall symbolize the unity of the nation. They have a 5
That's
year
what our president does.
5-year term with a 2/3 majority. So it's weird that
Ooh, 2/3 is a good idea.
I feel like a lot of these democracies are kind of shaped around. Is this my American-centric view that?
they have an electoral college. They're fucked. That's
What?
it.
Why?
That's it.
That's
They're
what I'm
done.
saying. I feel like a
They're
lot of
done.
these. It's
That
weird.
doesn't make any sense in an
It's-
island that big. Like, are your issues really that different?
Yeah,
Well, the
like,
guy's
College
like a
is
mile
far more
that way.
Maybe
right?
there's probably people. Maybe it's kind of the same
Well,
situation,
you
right?
can't gerrymander if you don't have an electoral.
I want to
college,
figure
like-
out where most of these people are living because I know there is
On the cruise ship.
a capital.
We've discussed this already.
The capital is the
clearly-
imagination. like
The
Carnival.
capital is the cruise ship. Yeah,
Vanuatu, the country of Carnival.
the only country with a roaming capital.
So they have 3 official languages: Bislama, French, and English.
How many people can be on a cruise ship? Like 286,000? Is that what?
No, that's way
On that
no.
cruise ship?
What are you talking about?
on the
That's the population of Vanuatu. I just assume they're all on the ship.
If you use like some Amistad level stacking methods.
Oh my god.
Which obviously the people that speak Bislama do.
Well, maybe like maybe it's like a clown car. They can just cram a shit ton of them in there. You don't know where they go.
Is that a little bit like Mary Poppins' bag, or
No, that
No,
makes use
that's
of magic.
Felix the cat's bag.
is it out of it?
I don't
know.
Like cats
Get
out of
that
that?
reference.
Is that what we're talking
Felix,
about?
Felix
was
the
Felix
cat.
a Nickelodeon show? Because I missed
No, he was
Nickelodeon
old.
when I
He was
a
like
kid.
before our time. He was the wonderful, wonderful cat, and he had the
Oh.
magical bag of tricks.
Before our time, not his.
Oh, there's so many idioms that are like coming to the surface right. I didn't know they're all from Felix.
They all every idiom originates from Felix the cat, the
Yeah,
comic
that's true.
strip.
It's actually most of our language. It's mostly derived from Felix the cat.
Actually, Garfield actually had a pretty big impact on slang in the nation.
Did he really?
Yeah, Garfield the comic strip.
You know the guy that wrote Garfield is like almost a billionaire
Really?
off of Garfield?
Really?
Yeah, he designed the character not even to be funny. He just designed him to be marketable. Like his whole goal with the character was to make it easy to sell. Like he had an original design that was like harder to make stuffed animals out of, and he like retooled it.
Nothing sells better than a boring cat. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Cats sell for some reason. Garfield was
you guys-
far more prevalent back when we were children.
Oh, or maybe your
That was-
exposure to it.
It was one of my
higher.
favorite Christmas specials.
still
Was the
exist?
Garfield
Yeah,
special?
yeah. They still make those fucking CGI movies with him.
That's
They do?
true.
Like
I
the
forgot
Smurfs
that.
and the
yeah,
Chips.
that was a few
A
years
Tale
back,
of
right?
Two Kitties or whatever. I don't know why.
They're not
no
still-
cousin like
as
that.
a cat person
They're
would know that.
they're not
Jake.
making movies anymore, are they?
Oh no, I think
was
the
years
last one.
ago.
I think the last one was like maybe
It was like
6
a
years
weird
ago.
like CGI conglomeration.
Yeah,
right?
it was a little gross.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
I don't think anyone ever
I don't
saw
like
that.
Have you guys seen Garfield without Garfield?
What did that?
Yes,
What
that is
that's really good.
hilarious.
What did that
That's
get on
really
Rotten
good.
Who's
Tomatoes?
his like owner? What's his name?
John.
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 John comes into the room, says stuff, and then like reacts to something.
yeah.
And he just looks like a psychopath. Yeah.
Garfield
Garfield's
the
not
movie.
there.
15% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no,
Oh
that's
God,
real.
the cat is making a peace sign
Where's his
on the
penis?
cover.
It's tucked into the fur.
Yeah, as they do.
They retract it when they're not
But
using it.
that's 15% is pretty bad.
You know, cat penises
Wait,
have barbs
it's
on them.
barb.
Are you presuming his gender?
You are
Well,
presuming
yeah,
Gar-
everyone knows
presuming-
Everyone knows
I
Garfield's a
assume-
man.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't.
I really don't.
You don't know if he identifies as a man though.
I think he made it pretty clear. Remember they had that whole strip where like he went on that really offensive rant. He was like, "I ain't no fucking tranny," and he made like a huge deal out of it.
I remember
It was
that.
really upsetting.
I remember that.
It was really like a lot of people were mad.
Because Odie got his pronoun wrong.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just lost it.
Well, Odie got someone else's pronoun wrong and got corrected, and then he flipped shit on Odie. He like that was the one with the Confederate flags. It's like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, I don't remember that one
Odie was
actually.
the shitty dog. Wait,
Huh?
Yeah. Odie
Yeah,
was
Odie's
the
like the-
pygmy giraffe thing.
the dog that looks like a balloon animal.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
shaped,
yeah,
he's shaped
yeah.
like
He's
someone had
shaped like
never
a
seen a
balloon.
dog
Okay,
before. They'd
yeah, that's
only
what's
seen a
the
balloon
what's,
animal of a
what's
dog.
in Vanuatu's flag there? What is that thing?
Looks like a guy.
No,
Oh, this one.
the flag.
it's like
actually?
a conch shell.
It's like a seashell
Uh,
with wheat in
wheat.
it.
Is
or a
wheat-
snail.
Is that wheat?
Wheat?
Are those ram horns or a shell?
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's a
Where
good
is more
question.
information about the flag?
So what do you guys think the symbolism is here, or the symbology?
I
if you will?
think the symbolism is that they have
Can you click that on?
shells
one,
and
this one?
agriculture.
No, the flag.
Well,
Coat of arms.
they
is
used
We're
to.
not
Now they
there
have
yet.
tourism and offshore financial
Cole's
services.
really into that coat of arms with the dude on it.
You
He's
have to be in the coat
not,
of arms.
he's
Is he
not
naked,
worried
Cole?
about the flag.
He's half naked. I'll say that.
Look, I think the green and the red pinching them here, right? So it starts out as yellow, and that kind of gets funneled by these flanking
Maybe
barriers
it's-
of red and green. So I
is it-
think being like a Pacific country, what they're battling here is yellow. They're trying to run away, right? Be isolated,
Mm.
and then the two forces that are affecting them are nature and communism.
But they're not opposing.
Where is communism coming from?
That's the red. It's
red,
red.
right,
Like,
right.
like
Oh, that's
China
like
and
the
Russia.
sickle. That's
is-
like. In
I
this,
think you've got it
this
wrong.
is like the
And-
sickle.
It's a stork foot if you turn it the other way.
Well, no,
Um,
without a middle toe.
oh,
yeah. It's
it fell off and
Stork
it,
has
and
had
it
some
curled.
accidents.
Okay.
yeah, it's,
If any
so,
listeners
it's a shriveled
wanna-
up middle toe right there.
And he's got this diverging problem of he likes nature, but he
I didn't even consider
Also
that it
likes
goes right to
communism.
left. That's
I think
my,
he was
my
trying to
Anglo
you can have
view
nature and
again.
communism. Why does
he was trying to carry that
Somebody's
wheat in that middle toe.
Can we talk about this though? Okay. This is a
Cole
clue.
really wants the
this is a
naked
clue
one.
to the map.
It's
It's a tusk.
ivory.
It
Yeah,
looks like
it's a-
ivory.
Yeah.
Long God Yumi
they have-
Stanap?
And this is what I was talking about earlier.
that says like
The only words we know so far are long and Yumi.
no. I already saw this. This was the in God we.
In God we trust.
Trust,
Which
or stand.
brings me back to my point.
In
Am I
long God we
very?
trust.
Am I?
Was it
It
trust?
seems like they base a lot of their democracy around the American democracy.
yeah.
And I don't, is that just me as an American feeling like that way, or is
No, I think a lot of democracies did that.
yeah?
Like
See,
the
it's
French,
interesting,
the
though.
French
God
during
we
the French
stand.
Revolution were like
God we
taking
stand.
hints from America,
Okay,
weren't they?
in God we stand.
So I wonder who actually rules over there.
The president.
Maybe
And
at
they
one
have
point.
the president
Parliament?
of the United States.
Clearly
Clearly
it
just
said.
God.
No, it says
Yeah, it's long
They
God.
stand in God.
Long God.
one God.
That God is so long.
No,
He's
look
the
at
longest
wait,
God.
Maybe it's not ivory. Maybe
We've
it's
got the
long
most
God.
horrific God. He's the longest God.
5 terms.
Long,
5 years.
Long.
long.
That's their version of Donald Trump. They'd be talking about shit and he'd go long.
Dong long.
Dong?
Long.
I thought it was blong.
Oh, there's a
Blong,
there's a
excuse
prime
me.
minister as well.
My longs are very Yumi.
We have the longest God.
So honestly, this is probably related to
It's more of it sounds like a British
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, there's clearly some colonial shit
Parliamentary,
going
yeah.
on here. Yeah.
yeah, because they
Oh,
say
look at the building.
All America did over there was fuck with the Philippines.
This is their
We didn't have a
parliament
lot. To
That
do
was
elsewhere.
probably a British guy's vacation home originally.
It was just his island.
I would just guess. Yeah.
The
I
whole
mean,
thing, yeah. And then he
Probably.
reproduced
here,
286,000
foreign
people.
relations.
foreign relations.
I want to know how badly it went when the Spanish arrived.
Why do you think it's the Spanish? Did it say that?
It
Well,
said they were the
You
You
first
never
ones to
expect
be
the
there.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, I mean, well, usually, there's a little bit of hand chopping. There's a little bit of like, oh, pick this shit, or we'll like kill your kids and all that shit, and just a little,
Healthy
Is
does.
that-
You ask some people, it's within acceptable margins, but
Depends on who you ask.
yeah, probably not the people who are having their hands cut off.
You have to so accidentally find that place.
Yeah, right. But how do people get there first? Who were the first people there?
Someone probably got shipwrecked.
And how many islands have we not discovered?
It was probably before.
None. We've
discovered all of them.
No, there's
Satellites.
After the GPS.
Have you ever seen
and
Lost?
Satellites.
Clearly, we can't find that one.
I've seen Lost.
Yeah, no, actually, Skull Island. That's covered by cloud cover all the time.
What about
So-
Monkey Island?
Monkey Island?
Can we
too,
return?
I
I
think.
thought Monkey Island is Skull Island.
Maybe.
Skull Island has a
No,
famous
King
ape
Kong.
on
King
it.
Kong
Yeah.
is an ape, not a monkey.
Okay, you're right. You're
This
right.
is important.
Please don't.
Important
I don't want to.
distinction.
I don't want to get in. I know you're very
Did you
sensitive
just
about
assume
that.
his apish?
I know you're very sensitive about that. I know. I'm
Just
sorry.
assume his genus.
I'm sorry.
Is it genus at that level?
I don't know. Species?
Yes,
Genus?
I think.
It's not species.
No, it's above species.
Species, like the root there is like specific, right? It's like
So is that like
it's the last thing. That's
Oh,
as
okay.
specific as you go. Is the species? I think.
Well, no, they have like subspecies too.
Subspecies.
Well, would that be like dog is
So-
the species,
well-
and then
well,
there's
no, like-
Pomeranians and wolves?
I mean, maybe, but I
That's
think
part of the
I think it's
brand.
a little bit more
That's breed.
like oh hey look there were these. It gets a little weird with like selective breeding, but like oh there were these two populations of gorillas. Or like giraffes? There are like 4 subspecies of giraffes because they got like slightly isolated and their
Okay.
spots are a little different. It's like
Yeah.
some guy really cared about it.
So
and
it's like
had to,
they get isolated and interbreed and become different, right?
Yeah, but
it's like the
very
South
slightly.
for
It's
us.
it's like not enough. Yeah, it's just like the South. They can still reproduce with each other. You know.
they have viable hybrids.
Viable hybrid. Yeah, viable hybrids is important. You know, if the offspring are sterile, then it's
Hybrids.
not. You know.
Then it ends there.
Yeah.
So I love the naming conventions that this island takes. The national dish is called the lap lap.
Oh, I get those on Fridays.
But you have to drink it out of a bowl with no utensils.
The
No, you have
lap
to drink it
lap
out of a
is,
bowl bowl.
A long bowl.
you pound.
I hear it's Yumi.
You pound breadfruit, whatever breadfruit is.
Probably cures
Bread?
cancer.
Taro,
Is that
yam
like-
roots into this.
I think
like
I think
fruitcake?
the reason
No.
you haven't heard of breadfruit, Cole,
Or is it like
is
banana
because
bread?
it's
It's like a
a
really
cure for
meaty
cancer.
fruit.
The FDA is just suppressing it.
Okay, we're not going to go into that.
Oh, I'm gonna go into that at every fucking opportunity.
Speaking of breadfruit, let me tell you about the FDA and what they really know.
Yeah.
Was that an InfoWars opinion? Did you get that?
No,
from
I
there?
got an argument
no.
with someone. I was saying
Why'd
that
you
Was
ask?
he a interdimensional
Why
pedophile?
did you ask?
I was just
Thought you
saying.
said we were
Why
not
did you
getting into
ask?
this.
I was just saying, and the guy's smart, and like I think what I
we
tend
said
to do.
before we're not going to talk about this, and here we are.
Well, can't tell me what to talk
This is
about.
the one topic.
Here we go.
No, I just I.
What's the motivation of the
this
FDA?
might get cut out.
What ends up happening with me is if I argue with someone and they disagree with me, I tend to like straw man their opinion really bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like assume that they're like a fucking moron about it and that they're just like completely off the rails. So I probably can't fairly represent the other side of this argument. But basically, I called someone a dumbass for saying that you could eat fruit instead of getting chemo.
Well, that wasn't even
Oh,
wasn't even
yeah,
the
that's-
biggest. That
that's-
wasn't even the biggest
okay.
argument.
That
They
seems
were-
different than the FDA.
No. Their
knows
argument
the
also
cure.
included that the FDA has the cure, and they aren't releasing it because they make more money by treating cancer.
I don't
than
think he
curing
went
it.
so far as to say they have the cure, like it's in a vault. I
They
think
have-
he
They just
said-
aren't motivated to cure it.
I think he said it's more like there's so much money that they're not motivated, which, you know,
That's not
this is a whole
100%
thing.
wrong.
We're gonna have to.
But it's 99% wrong.
We're probably gonna have to. Cole's right. We are gonna have to table this one for like a later because this is a whole. You know,
This is a whole situation.
It's gonna go too far off the rails with this one
Yeah.
because I get excited about this.
I know you do.
It
Sexually.
really excites you?
It's thinking about just people.
That's what that is.
People not getting proper treatment for their diseases just turns me on.
Could
It's
you
my fetish.
please put that away right now?
I can't.
We
I
just-
can't. Sorry.
Jake, stop doing that.
I can't.
Oh God! why
There it
do
is.
we set this up? Yeah. So
Why did I wear
needless to
pants with
say,
a button fly?
I know this started the language, but actually, I really want to visit this island. I feel like we should visit this island at some point.
How do we get there?
like
Can we,
tear off
we have to
cruise
take a
life.
Carnival cruise to get there?
Carnival actually owns it.
Are we gonna go to Vanuatu?
I would love to go there.
Bislama. I
If
just
you,
gonna
if
say
you try to
long
go there in a
blonde
non-carnival
and
ship,
Yumi.
they sink it.
So, okay, what are the activities? What do they have to offer
Oh,
us, really?
I-
Because if it's the usual bullshit of just like
go to
local
music.
food and you can rent a jet ski,
Hey, can we
That
play?
sounds great
Can
to me.
we?
How is that not great?
well, we can do that in Mexico.
Can we play
Yeah, but
some?
you're not-
It's right there.
This is must.
It's probably
Yeah, but then you won't
cheaper.
get to speak Bislama.
Yeah.
It's probably cheaper in Vanuatu.
Do you guys understand the cruise commitment it would take to get there?
Yeah, that's
You have to fly somewhere first.
Right,
oh,
but
I'd have
even-
to go hang out with friends for a week.
Even just getting from Australia to that place, how long do you think it would take a boat to get there?
I don't know how many miles away is it.
We went from San Diego to Ensenada, and it took us an entire day.
It didn't
No,
take
you
an entire
fly to
day.
Florida and you're there in a day.
we went from Long Beach to Ensenada. That's different.
That's how you do
Oh, yeah,
the ones in the
obviously.
Caribbean.
This isn't in the Caribbean. This is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Oh,
It's pretty out there.
See that?
excuse me.
That big island right there, that's
Sorry,
Australia.
there's a lot of ocean there.
I'm dumb.
You lose perspective.
But
It
they
gets all
have like
funky.
I thought they have like Antarctica
Yeah,
cruises.
you're right.
They have
That is
Antarctica
quite the
cruises.
commitment. I am wrong.
Cruises?
Yes, they have cruises that go up to Antarctica and you kind of just chew.
No,
yeah.
I thought they go up to the Arctic.
Yeah.
They go to Alaska. There's definitely
Arctic and
Alaska.
Alaska.
Arctic's
cruises.
the opposite
I don't
direction.
think there's Antarctic cruises.
There could be.
It's really gnarly
If
to
there's
get
not,
there.
that's,
Can we
that's
start
an
that?
untapped
I don't-
market, I think,
So my buddy Levi went to Antarctica.
on a cruise.
No, he had to fly there through whatever little base they have.
Antarctica?
I would have probably taken a cruise if I was.
Yeah,
gonna
it was
go.
some like little biology retreat thing. You got to go.
a biology retreat.
It was something. He
Okay.
ended up there. I
Yeah.
was more interested in Antarctica than the reason for him going there.
Yeah.
But he had to wait for days and days and days for a window to take like an hour flight there.
Yeah.
You can't just
That's why
sail.
That's why I would have taken a cruise
Nick
ship.
went to
Yeah,
Antarctica.
the boat just goes straight
The
through.
nice thing about the cruise ship is you're inside. You have a jacuzzi.
Really,
Yeah.
I feel like in real waves, those things will tip over for like no
They
reason.
won't tip over.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Tip
Look,
over.
they're invincible.
They just seem very
There's
top-heavy.
never
guys-
been a famous cruise line.
If
that
you
is-
hit an iceberg,
you know.
maybe.
Did you guys ever see that
No, that'd be
video
fine.
of
That'd
that
be fine.
senator who was saying that if they put too many people on Guam, the island would capsize?
No, I've never seen
That's
that.
pretty
Well,
good. It's an elected official in the United
It's
States.
obviously floating.
So frustrating. This Mike Pence level mentality that people can they can rise to such heights and still be so flawed in other areas.
Well, as long as in God we stand.
Long God.
Long God, long God.
We were talking about
Long
this
God,
a little bit before
you, me.
how
I think
Stand.
Odie,
our
Odie
CEO
is
doesn't
kinda
know PowerPoint. Like you can be a badass
Yeah.
and just be so
No.
inept
Definitely.
in other areas.
Yeah.
Because
Well, everybody specializes.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Everybody
special
delegates.
skills, yeah.
Damn you, Descartes.
My special skill is I can roll my penis like a chameleon
Oh.
tongue.
Like the flag for Vanuatu.
Yeah, that's actually what's happening there.
Why is it so pointy?
It's long gods.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
Is yours
what you
not-
were saying about CEOs.
is yours not
what you're saying
pointy?
about CEOs, it is interesting because
Not just CEOs.
I just
it's-
anyone in position, anyone in power position.
Yeah.
it's interesting because people adjust. I was reading a book and he was saying that essentially people adjust their behavior around this kind of people. So to them, it's like everyone's nice to them or everyone does things for
Yeah.
them. They don't even realize it's happening usually because
Right.
you're in this situation like, wow, everyone's just really nice to me. I must be doing a great job.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Star Wars prequels were so
Sounds like a
bad.
confirmation bias.
George Lucas was surrounded by yes men at that point.
Oh,
and so
100%.
They just kind of let stuff happen. Basically, the people that let Episode 1 happen. Now, this is a little bit controversial,
blood of that
but they're
franchise
kind
is
of like
on
the
their
people
hands.
that let the Holocaust happen. Like they're a little similar.
How is that a little bit
in
controversial?
in like a sense, you know.
Just a little bit.
I'm patting it really heavily here, but like it's kind of the same mentality, right?
Well,
They
there's-
see it happening. They're like, well, that guy kind of knows what's going on, though. He's in charge for a reason, and they
Right.
just let it happen.
One killed the dreams of millions, and one just killed millions.
And now you have to decide which is worse.
Well,
But
some
there's-
people.
what
the
you're
people
talking
that
about-
dreams that they have, those people can still feel.
Well, one of them happened.
I'm sure glad we discussed. I'm sure glad before we started recording, we discussed Jake not being as offensive as he normally is. I'm sure glad we discussed that because now it seems like it's really taking
Please
effect.
email all complaints to Jake at ireallymeanthis.biz.
Actually,
So what you're talking about
no,
is it's called diffusion of responsibility. And once you side on to a big project, you care less. You're less invested if there's a bunch of you working on it. You know what I mean? Like those guys in the camps, like, that's not my call. Sorry, pal.
I'm glad you said that because I was trying to figure out if we were still talking about Star Wars or the Holocaust.
Well, bull. There's
know.
a common psychology, all right?
Yeah, no, there is. And there's like bystander effect playing in there, a little
Exactly.
bit.
Exactly.
Like, oh, someone else.
the guy behind the camera pulling the trigger.
They weren't actually in camps because everything was green screened. But
Actually,
You're talking about Star Wars now.
that's a good idea, though.
no, this is the Holocaust.
We should all share
One of
one
them was
email.
real. We talked about this.
We should all share one email
But
address.
Jake gets his own.
But Jake is his own, and any complaints, which I'm sure will be Jake related, send them to Jake at babblelabpodcast.com. I'll set that up tonight, and if anyone has any complaints, send them there.
Jake at Babylab.
Any
Because we would love
just-
to read
any
those.
any accolades you want to throw your way, send that to hello at
If you have references
babblelabpodcast.com.
to psychological help that you might think are appropriate,
I just to be clear, because not everyone knows me.
Yeah,
for
that's-
the record,
that's why we said don't be as offensive as you normally are at the beginning.
For the record,
he's just warming up.
the Holocaust. It happened. I think we can all agree that the
I'm glad you
Holocaust
acknowledged
happened.
that.
I think anyone who
I want to put out there how scared I get when Jake begins a sentence with, first of all, the Holocaust, ... That's a very brace yourself moment.
Yeah.
Like, here it comes.
It's like
I think we can-
the
I think-
silence that followed that sentence.
I think that's the one
There's
thing
a lot of
that
like
if,
darting eyes right now. Like, here we go.
if somebody actually
this.
is a Holocaust denier,
Yeah.
that's one of those few things that you have you can just publicly call them out as viciously as you want to, and it's totally cool.
Yeah, isn't it
like
funny
you
how
probably
they
should.
saw that coming, right? They're like, we need to take a lot of photos of this because there's gonna be Jakes in the future.
It's not even the people perpetrating it took the fucking pictures too.
Yeah.
They were the ones with all the goddamn records.
They had
You know,
documents.
If anybody
yeah.
had
those
an incentive,
Germans were organized.
you know, they weren't trying to pad their numbers. They weren't getting performance reviews based on how many people they killed. You know.
Are you sure?
No, they only pad their numbers now.
I don't know enough about the Holocaust. to
No,
dispute
it was
yeah,
like
it sounds like you've done a lot of
I
research.
think it was
on
like a
this.
They've just done
minimum.
more lying in the more recent years.
I feel like there was a quota system involved though.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
They had like work output they needed to do. Like a lot of them were like working and breaking rocks and
working.
breaking
Yeah.
rocks.
stuff. Yeah, that's work.
It certainly is.
What do you do for living?
But I don't think that's what they were
rocks.
making them do.
What were they making them do?
They did
That's
make
not-
them. They
Haven't
did
you
make them
seen the
build a
chain gang?
tank, and they sabotaged a lot of them.
I heard
which
that.
it's like
no,
why?
that wasn't people in concentration
I thought
camps
it was,
doing that.
yeah.
No,
I
I
think-
think it was just Jewish workers.
I'm
that
pretty
they
sure it was
forced
prisoners.
workers. Was
Yeah,
it?
see, here's the
Is there a
difference
real
between
strong
Germans
distinction there?
and other cultures is they're going to get utility out of everything. They're very efficient people, right?
I love the stereotype.
That's a really
Sorry,
racist
right,
thing
no,
to
it's
say,
good.
Jeff.
But
I'm offended by that.
I think it's
Out of
true.
everything I've
Anyway,
heard today,
did you
that's the
just
most
assume a
offensive thing you ever
stereotype?
said.
The breaking rocks until you die, that strikes me as a very like American or Japanese.
American?
Yeah.
I could
Our
see the
prisons
Japanese
literally
doing that.
did that.
Yeah.
I think some of them still do.
I think Arpaio has people out in the desert
Breaking rocks. all day.
wearing pink shirts
and then
breaking
he has
rocks.
another crew of people gluing them back together.
It's because we don't make anything in here anymore. They're like, well, we're not going to make anything here, so let's just go break some
Yeah.
rocks.
But the Germans, they're like,
Someone's
we're
gotta
gonna
break the
get
rocks.
some out of this. You're gonna build your own houses, then you're gonna live with them, and then when you're done living, you're gonna go into that other room you built, and you won't like it as much.
God, we have to cut this whole segment out of the podcast.
Jesus.
How did we discuss not being offensive and then we ended up on the Holocaust within the first?
How did you discuss not
How
being
did we get to the
offensive and then you got
Holocaust
Jeff
from
and I in the room? Like, how did you think that
I
was
don't
going
know.
to go?
I don't know where it's gonna
What
go.
did you think was
I think we
going
need.
to
I
happen?
think we need a new topic. I think I need to go to a new
All
topic.
right, yeah. This,
New
this,
topic.
this
All
went
right.
off the rails
All right, here,
bad.
this
Yeah,
one-
let's see how this topic can lead to the Holocaust.
Just again,
Thanks, Bislama.
the Holocaust.
Oh, yeah.
The Holocaust happened.
All right, Jake, you pick this one.
It
That's
definitely happened.
That's our conclusion about Bislama. Is the
No, no.
Holocaust
I'm
was
sorry.
real.
Any Bislamic?
Bislamic?
Is
So
it called
says.
Bislamic? Are you Bislamic if you're from Bislama?
Ooh.
I know Bislama's a language.
Bislama's a
I'm
Wet,
mixing it all up
wet
now.
and wild Orlando.
Wet and wild Orlando.
Now,
now that's a topic we
I
want to
think
talk
I might
about.
actually know what this
Okay.
is. Is that the water park that had all the really dangerous, not the recent ones, not Schlitterbahn, but the one the old one that had all the.
Are we back on the Holocaust?
No. Schlitterbahn was that,
Oh,
that
you're
water
riding the
park.
Schlitterbahn.
That water park in Kansas.
go
where they
any
flew,
speed on the
they flew a
Schlitterbahn.
little too close to the sun, and a kid got decapitated on a water slide.
Okay, so are you asking me if Wet and Wild Orlando is in Kansas? Was
No,
that
no.
your question?
No, I'm saying.
You know, Orlando,
I'm
Kansas.
saying, other than Schlitterbahn,
Which could
I
be
know
a
that
place.
there was a water park that had like really, really dangerous water slides, and I feel like it may have been Wet and Wild Orlando. I had this one with like a loop de
I
loop.
don't know. I kind of skimmed the article.
Wow, I want to go on
honestly.
that water slide.
The problem
Kind
with
of.
that is, I think the primary motivator in water parks is your weight, right? And here in America, our weights vary quite a bit.
Yeah,
That's
true.
that's a nice way to say it.
Well,
So
wait.
I like how you'll talk about the Holocaust openly, but you won't say like we have fat people in
very
America.
What? Why is talking about
one
the
of them-
Holocaust
one is
openly
clearly more
bad?
offensive.
One of these things is happening now.
The other one's history, so
Yeah. The other one's like kind of a long time ago.
All right.
So
All right.
Wet
It's
Wild
really
Orlando.
not that
Wet and Wild
long ago.
Orlando.
I'm throwing my vote in. I think it's either a water park or like a really, really sleazy like nudes a poppin', like one of those like strip things.
Wait, what's nudes a poppin'?
It's
Yeah, hold on.
like this. It's like this.
Are there
stripper-
types?
You
Are there
can't just throw.
subspecies
You can't
of-
throw nudes of popping out there and
It's
act
like a stripper festival. It's in like trailers. They like pull a bunch of trailers in,
festival?
and like all these like women with like 6 teeth and like covered in tattoos.
so it's sort of like a slip and slide.
What do they mount the poles
Yeah, Wet
to?
and Wild.
I think they have
have
like
trailers, or
I think
it's-
they have like a platform, like a heavy like a wood pallet. With
So it's
like
not
weights
supported
under it.
from above?
I think it's supported from below
Okay.
because they do it outdoors. It's like
so
outdoors.
Their spins
probably
can
a
develop
shit
like
ton
a
of mosquitoes.
procession, right? As they start to wobble as they get higher.
Well, no, not if you wait it enough. It's like one of those basketball hoops.
I just
with the
imagine
sand
all the
in
strippers that go to these sorts of things might outweigh whatever you try and.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are skinny. Yeah, meth makes you skinny.
Oh, meth skinny. Got it.
Yeah, meth makes you
That
skinny.
kinda skinny.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's either like nudes a poppin' or it's a water park.
Okay.
And I think
I
if
still
it's a water
feel like
park,
you
I
haven't
think it
answered
might
my
be-
question about what is nudes a poppin'.
It's a stripper festival.
I don't believe that that's real.
It's real. Pull it up. Pull it up.
I'll pull it up.
Pull up a
Nudes
video.
a poppin'.
Nudes a poppin'. A video? You
Is
want
it
to
like
pull
a-
the video?
is it
I don't
a
know.
Nudes a
convention?
poppin' pageants.
Oh, pageants.
What the hell? It's a pageant.
Okay, let's see the website.
This
You'll
sounds
see-
very
Oh my god.
Oh, great
This-
website. Look
really?
at
This
this.
site is
This is
designed
Exit now. Wait,
brewing by people in the
why is it telling me
90s.
to exit now? How do I get to the?
it's only
excuse me.
if
It's
you're
only.
I love how the I is really big, like it's an old English
do
book.
Google image search for it.
Okay. How about videos?
Hey, can we get product placement
Oh
eventually?
my
Can I say like
God.
just Bing it?
All right. I don't know if we should watch
No,
this.
because no one will do that.
Just put it up. Just put it up on the screen.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna go incognito on this
I'm
one.
gonna love the audio.
I'm gonna go incognito on this one.
Oh, boy.
See, I told you guys. Look, she's holding a fucking cigarette. She's got her legs behind her head, and she's holding a cigarette. And covered in tattoos. This is
Dude.
exactly how much. And in a lawn chair, in a fucking lawn
For
chair.
any-
This is exactly what I expected.
How much did I
actually.
nail? How much did I nail the fucking description?
A festival.
It's in Indiana. How much did I nail the
I
description?
like how
on
she
this?
has a rosary around her neck too at the same time.
I love that. So
well, she's not technically
it says
nude if she has a
it says
rosary on
real
her.
hot nudists, right? But real hot is not hyphenated. So what they're saying is
They're
these
real.
are hot nudists
That are
who
real.
exist.
Yeah.
They're probably hot,
not,
like,
they're not
temperature-wise, because it's
significantly
Indiana.
hot.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to
if
wet
anyone
water.
wants to follow along with this, it's on X videos.
Just go ahead and tab out of that.
You got a
That's fine.
really good view of her
I
asshole.
love how she's holding that cigarette without using her hands. It's really impressive.
But I like you have to say their website is pretty good.
You have to say, I fucking nailed the description of
You
what
did.
that is.
You
Yeah.
did that.
Their
You
web-
weren't wrong.
Yeah.
I was
But
imagining
why
more
did you know
RVs.
about what nudes a
I don't know. I know.
Yeah.
Why do I know that there's a water
no,
slide in
no.
Kansas that decapitated
Okay.
a kid? You know.
Well, that,
Are they
that
the
seems
same
like
reason?
an interesting story, actually. I think
It's
that's
a really
pretty reasonable to know about.
Do we want to just go down that road for a minute?
The
Here?
Kansas
Take you on a
thing?
journey
Yeah,
down to
let's-
Schlitterbahn.
I want to hear about that.
I was in Oklahoma at the time they were building this fucking thing, and they built this water slide.
That's why you know about
And
it.
they're like, this is going to
Yeah,
be
you
the
lived
biggest
because you're in
water
the same
slide
state.
ever. This is going to be fucking insane. And people in Oklahoma
middle.
were excited about it because Oklahoma just doesn't have a lot going on at any given time. So they build this gigantic.
They have
fucking,
tornado season.
In Kansas?
They have tornado season. That's always a good
In
time.
Kansas? Is that where it's at?
Hey, yeah, I think so.
It is called
Yeah, yeah, it's the
Schlitterbahn.
Kansas
What does
one.
schlitter mean? So, because spawn's
It's-
probably like way, right?
Schlitter's like a pussy.
That's-
It's like a
Auto
flappy.
way.
It's like a flappy gash.
No, it's not.
You know, the schlitter.
Like real lippy. You know, it's got a lot of lip.
All right. That's
Anyway.
I was gonna say it's like German ecstasy or something like that, but you just can't compete.
Anyway,
I remember thinking on the way over here, like, I think it'd be cool. Cause I haven't been able to like talk to my parents very often. I've been very busy. It'd be like, this would be a cool thing for them to like check in on their kid. Like,
Oh yeah.
let's see.
None of my
what
fans.
Jeff's been
Mom, if
talking
you're
about.
listening to this, stop.
I-
Why did you click the link?
I told my parents I was doing this, and my mom, like, I could hear her roll her eyes over the phone. I'm like, they're giving me a platform to rant, and she's like, oh my god, this is like the most destructive thing.
It's not just for you, Jake.
I think the important thing to remember is that rivers connect us.
I think the important thing to remember is that the
Maybe that's
Holocaust
what
happened.
schlitter means. Is it river? What is
So anyway, we're gonna go down this little journey. So Schlitterbahn is building this monument to man's
That's the
arrogance.
Name of a company?
It's the water park. It's called Schlitterbahn.
Water Park.
That's so weird.
Yeah, look, their logo looks like a little like
in
Dutch
Kansas?
castle or something.
Like,
I'm gonna
Are
pull-
there a lot of? I'm assuming it's German, or maybe Austrian. Something
Look
that
up
has that
Schlitterbahn meaning.
sound.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna-
Is that
definitely
where a lot of them settled?
Schlitterbahn is a family owned.
it's based in Texas.
No, go back. Go to Schlitterbahn definition. Google
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Go with the story though, Jake.
Okay,
Or
so
translate.
while we're going on this road.
There you go.
So basically, they build this monument to man's arrogance. They build this gigantic water slide.
It just means slide.
Yeah.
Just say slide.
No, it's the Schlitterbahn. Maybe it's supposed to be Schlitterbahn.
it's like the Autobahn.
God, it's
Yeah,
gotta
that's
be-
what I was saying.
Oh,
Bahn means way.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's so Schlitter.
And there's no
slide.
speed limit.
Yeah.
There's
So
no
this is-
speed limit
this
on
is
the slide.
Yeah,
slideway.
it's the Schlitterbahn.
And so back to the no speed limit thing, this gets them in trouble a little bit. So they build this gigantic fucking water slide, and like they're testing
to
it.
man's arrogance.
They're testing it. Yeah, monument. It's just a giant example of hubris, right?
I love that. That's our modern Tower of Babel. Like that's how civilization has
Fucking water
progressed.
slide.
That's our
In
water
Kansas.
slide.
We have a half-a-mile long water slide.
And God is striking us down by decapitating one kid.
The firstborn. Actually, it wasn't the firstborn, and that's a detail that I wish I didn't know. So this is actually a really sad story, but so they build
Really,
this.
because it sounds hilarious.
You have to
Tell me more about this decapitated child.
Not joking about stuff isn't gonna make it better, right?
Sure, true.
So like, as horrible and sad as the story is, if at least if I get to laugh at it, then
it's a win.
It's probably worth it.
We're balancing the scales here.
So they build this gigantic.
We should
fucking
tell that
water
child's
slide.
mother this.
yeah, she'd really enjoy
hope
this
she's not
podcast.
listening
Listen to the
Schlitterbahn
laughs we got out of you.
No,
Schlitterbahn
honestly though,
Holocaust.
like I feel so bad for this family, but. And the Holocaust happened. Like keeping it, we're just keeping it. Sometimes you gotta bring it
make sure we
down.
get that back
You
in
just
there.
gotta.
I also don't like the but that followed the little empathetic statement. Like, I'm sorry your child was decapitated, but Here goes a Jake sentence.
So they build this fucking water slide and they test it. It's one of those ones where you have like a raft with like I don't know, like 2 or 3 people
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
And like they had one at Wild Rivers, God rest its soul.
Yeah.
And
That place is great.
yeah,
Rest in
it's
peace.
great and it's gone.
I know.
It's now.
Is
in
it gone,
pieces.
or are they just letting it rot like those like
No, it's
Chernobyl
gone.
playgrounds?
No, they took it out.
That's the clown.
Yeah, they took that entire
Like that
area
giant,
out.
Those are
I want to
just-
know what they did with that giant pink
gonna be
gorilla
houses.
with the swings hanging off his arms. You remember that?
Oh
thing?
yeah, like in the kids area.
I'm pretty sure those
yeah.
are just normal water parks in Russia. Like,
That's true. They take all those
They have those
dystopian
everywhere.
photos. It's just a.
yeah.
All right, so
Anyway, so
decapitated
they
child.
build this fucking thing, and they start sending the test rafts down with like the crash dummies on them, and like there's this weird propensity
And
for
they
the
keep
raft.
coming back with no heads.
Well, the
Well, that's probably fine.
That's
raft,
weird.
The raft is this
We gotta
kind of
secure
weird
these things.
propensity to lift off of the track and fly, like not off the thing, but it gets air.
Sure, okay.
So
I've been on a lot of stuff that's
there's
like
probably
that.
a moment where it dips down
Yeah.
too severely.
Yeah. So
I've been on one of those
So
before.
they retooled it a couple times. They tried changing the slope. It's probably really expensive every time they did it. Eventually, they were like, first of all, they're like, all right, we'll just put a weight limit on it, that or like a weight minimum, so that you have enough weight to keep the thing on the track.
discrimination.
And then, yeah, I know, right? It's against skinny people. It's
What
why
if
I
I'm
can't buy
400 pounds
fitted
and I
shirts.
don't believe in
This
your
is
physics?
just like Uniqlo changing the fit of their Oxford cotton button
I don't know if they
downs.
changed the fit. I think
It's
the
a
fit is always
travesty.
been
Wait,
smaller.
what
They
did you just
loosened
say?
the fit. Uniqlo loosened the fit on their
Okay, back up.
OCDs.
Don't get us started on clothes. We could be here forever.
What is Uniqlo?
That is a
It's
clothing company.
Japanese clothing
company.
company.
Okay, and they're pretty ubiquitous. Like they're in all the stores. And
No.
No,
I should know about that.
there are two
you
of them in Los
probably wouldn't.
Angeles.
Just to contextualize,
There's one in Costa Mesa.
Jake is wearing socks with no loafers with no socks,
No, he's probably got socks on.
an
They're just
Easter
no show.
yellow polo, and very dangerously short white shorts.
Yes.
Okay?
And
Well-
his polo is tucked in. That should be noted.
Yeah, so I tried untugging it, but
He's slowly taking
it's
them
a little
off.
too long. If I was on Vanuatu,
It'd be longer than his shorts because his shorts are essentially non-existent.
This is context you need for the rest
the
of
long
this
god
conversation.
polo.
Okay, so now that we know that,
Yeah.
this is a clothing company that adjusted their fit to fit our
they're
fatties.
trying to go a little. No.
Japanese are
It's still
slim
it's still
folks.
for thin people. It's just slightly less thin. They're trying to go a little more mass market. It's like vanity sizing. They're trying to raise their mass appeal by like loosening the shirt a little.
I feel
And I don't
like
like it.
I feel like clothes everywhere have gotten thinner.
Well, they've gotten more fitted.
Like I
You're
for the
taking a
first time.
Japanese company and putting it as American.
so originally they had
It has
really
to get
really
bigger.
slim stuff.
Okay.
And then now it's getting
Like
a little
Japanese
bit looser.
levels of slim.
Right, like
Yeah,
where a medium
yeah.
is something that I would never be able to wear.
I'm finally able to wear a medium just because I feel like clothes have changed a little bit recently. I'm
Depends on,
6'5".
depends on the company. Depends on the
Depends,
brand.
yeah, depends on the shirt.
Maybe
Yeah.
just
Depends on the
buy
shirt.
better stuff.
Because being 6'5", I figured out a long time ago, large and medium, they're just talking about diameter of the clothing, not the
Yeah.
length
Right.
of
Yeah,
the clothing.
I know. That's
You
what
need,
sucks.
you need
And-
medium long.
Yeah, recently clothes have gotten, it seems like longer.
like there's
and-
Hey, how,
multiple
how do you think I ended up with these shorts? They didn't.
Those are large.
Actually, yeah, they said what the length was.
Okay,
So
It's a
Schlitterbahn.
Uniqlo
We're gonna go back to
Yeah.
Schlitterbahn here.
the slideway.
Yeah.
Oh,
the slide away.
do you
Schlitterbahn.
want to ride my slideway?
My Schlitterbahn.
So
From Texas.
the Schlitterbahn. The
A
one in
Schlitterbahn.
Kansas, they build the fucking water slide. The raft is lifting off the thing.
Oh, here
They're
it
like,
is.
all right, let's increase the weight. We'll put fatter people in the raft. It'll keep it down, kind of. So if you have a kid, like an adult, has
How
to
do
ride
how
with
do
them.
they ensure? Do they have like when you go skiing, you have like the doubles line, the singles line? Do they have like the fatties
Oh, I don't think it's really fat. I think it's like an adult and a child, really.
They have to pair them up that way.
Yeah, I think so. They have to get like someone like over like 150 probably, which is
They
like
should just
pretty
have
easy.
some
Have you
sandbags
been to
on
fucking
hand.
Kansas? They're gonna
No,
get a
I haven't
fatty.
been to
They're
Kansas.
gonna get a fucking fatty on the water. Like they're not gonna not have a fat person when they need one. It's like the one time anybody needs a fat person and they don't have one. That would be so sick.
Is that
would be-
really Kansas is known
That would
for
be.
that?
Kansas is so like
I know, like
it's the
Mississippi.
entire Midwest and the South is like.
Well, the
I
South
know-
for sure.
It's
you-
a disgusting region.
So Jake lived in Oklahoma for 4 years.
On purpose.
Five
On
and a half
purpose.
years.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah. Well, and so he has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, I guess you could say.
He came from Southern California, and when you leave and visit the second world, it's challenging.
The rest of the country.
Yeah, it's challenging.
yeah, it's a little hard, and you know, I fit in everywhere pretty well. You know,
Like
I'm pretty, I'm pretty
if you go to
agreeable.
Mississippi, right, and you look at the menu, and if it's one of those places that has pictures of the food, you're not getting a lot of information from pictures of the food because it's all that tan, crispy looking thing because everything is fried.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
menu.
They fry
is
the
fried.
menu.
Like
It
when
is.
you get the
They take the
appetizer
menu and they
sampler
dip it in
platter,
oil.
it's just shapes. It looks like you have McNuggets. It's like these all look the same. One's just shaped.
My mom asked for a low carb meal at a Cracker Barrel in Oklahoma, and it was hilarious.
Don't
she
they
got the-
sell like blankets and
She
shit?
got the
What's
weirdest.
a Cracker Barrel?
Yeah, they sell blankets and shit too. It's
But they
a
have
restaurant
food?
with a little.
Yeah,
gift
but
shop
it's like
next to
all
it.
of the worst food for you.
Oh, I'm thinking Crate and Barrel.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel is
No,
like
Cracker Barrel. I bought a gun at a Cracker Barrel parking lot when I lived in Oklahoma. Totally legal. Gave a guy $400 cash. He gave me a handgun. We went our separate ways. Never saw each other again. Totally kosher in Oklahoma.
But that had nothing to do with it being a Crack and Barrel, right?
A little
It was-
bit.
It was just
Cracker.
a parking lot.
No, he was just like, we need a place to meet
No,
up.
they were both hungry
Cracker
and they
Barrel.
wanted to get lunch
So
afterwards.
is that like their Starbucks? Like when we do Craigslist deals here,
No.
you generally meet at a Starbucks.
no. Well, they might be as ubiquitous.
No,
but
it's just,
they-
it's
just
just,
a
it
lot
was,
of them
it was
over
one of
there?
the few things between like Tulsa and Oklahoma City. It was
There's like four things.
yeah, it was
between
like
Tulsa and
one of the
Oklahoma City.
stops.
It's like known to be like a terrible restaurant. Make
Cracker-
good food, but
Cracker
terrible
Barrel?
for you. Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, neither
it's
one of those
pretty
things are
okay.
very
Yeah,
Yeah, the food's
flattering,
fine. It tastes
right?
good. It's
Yeah,
just like not good for you most of the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back to the Schlitterbahn. So the fucking this is a bad idea, right? The rafts lifting off the
Yeah, it's
fucking
clearly
thing.
having problems.
Just to add to your story, Jake, the what you're talking about, it was called the Verrucht.
Well, yeah, he's
The
actually not
Verrucht,
talking
yes,
about the
yeah,
Schlitterbahn.
And it was
the ride was
touted,
Verrucht.
it was touted as the world's tallest water slide.
I think Verrucht
Yeah.
means
And
tall.
it's-
Actually,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think
Can you
that
translate
sounds
that?
So
they're very
So here,
literal.
let me describe what happened before you read it. Because,
and this, for the record, this what you're talking about has nothing to do with Wet n Wild.
well,
Orlando.
we don't know
Right,
that.
Okay,
We haven't got there yet.
I keep forgetting that our subject
have a topic.
is not
I think it's
Schlitterbahn.
Schlitterbahn now.
So anyway, the Schlitterbahn, the fucking the raft lifting off the thing. They retool the slide a couple times, right?
Yeah.
They can't get it quite right. So being Kansas, they're like, fuck it, we'll just put a net over the top of it. You know, and
That way, if they
anyone
launch,
flies off, they'll stay in
we'll
the
catch
slide.
them.
Catch in the net.
Sure.
So the
Solid.
net was more of like a mesh, like a metal mesh,
As
I
nets
guess.
are. Yeah, as
and,
nets
and
are.
Like chainmail?
like a chain link fence thing, right? But like maybe a little
Okay.
softer.
Are you describing every net?
No,
was
nets
more-
are
it was like
nets
a-
are
it was
usually
like a-
twine.
It was a meshy net.
It wasn't like a butterfly net. It wasn't like
the kind that's
a
mesh.
Oh,
it-
okay. Verrucht means crazy.
Oh, that's a good name for it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this kid goes on Verrucht, and the raft lifts off the slide as it does.
As it does.
I think the
As
ride.
they knew it did.
I think the ride had been open for like a few months at this point, so like a lot of people had safely gone down it, but they knew this was a potential problem. And the raft lifted off a little too much, and his head hit the fucking the mesh that they put on to protect people.
Yeah.
His head hit the mesh, and
So
it
was
ripped his head off.
Was it cargo
God.
net-sized holes in
terrible.
the net, and like his head went through?
I don't know if his head went through a hole or if it hit.
I
like,
don't
the
understand
side of
if
the
you
net.
if you had like a small like gauge mesh.
Enough.
How
I think
does your
enough
head-
force? Enough force, maybe.
Well, he might have.
To rip it off?
There might have been a frame.
probably, like,
there might have been a frame
somewhat
holding the
rigid.
net up or something.
I don't know.
too.
Yeah, it's probably taut.
Like
right?
okay, your head's on there pretty good, right?
He's going really fast. It's
So,
kids are.
he was 10
you know how
years
easy it is to
old. Yeah,
rip
it's
a
10-year-old
kid's head
child.
off.
We must
He
be
was
talking
10
like,
years
like
old.
50 miles an
They're
hour.
made out
for
of
this
like
to happen.
cartilage. You can
The
just pull them
world's
apart.
tallest
They're-
water slide.
They're like
Yeah, probably
fucking
50
soft
miles
shell
an hour.
crabs.
Okay, I went on this water sliding in Costa Rica where apparently they don't have the same. Well, I don't know.
Costa Rica
This sounds
has no
worse than the
laws.
one that I did.
Yeah,
I'm glad
Mine,
this sounds worse than the
mine
ride
said it
you
was
went
gonna
on
go
in
like
Costa
50
Rica.
kilometers an hour. There was like a sign that said like
My God,
danger.
that's like 4
It was
miles an hour.
"Cuidado." 50 kilometers an hour, and I was like, this sounds fun. And could
Hey,
it be?
did you
and
know
it hurt.
that kilometers per hour and miles per hour have a Fibonacci relationship?
No.
Okay, no.
I'm glad
it's,
I know
it's
that.
the next number up. Like 3 miles per hour is about 5 kilometers per hour. And that works all the way up, apparently.
Really?
Yeah,
That is
with some variants, but it's like it's a
kinda-
shorthand
so
way to
no
think
relation
about it.
at all.
Kind of cool.
I never
Yeah,
knew that.
if your shorthand way of thinking of things is you
I
have to
wouldn't-
mentally
don't-
construct a Fibonacci sequence.
Don't
Yeah, I
don't
I think it's a
substitute
shortcut.
that in like your calculations about something. But if you
I
have to
normally would.
quickly
No,
think of
no,
like
that's how I'm doing it now.
Yeah, me too. From now on, that's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
It's a
Yeah.
system. Good.
So anyway, worst part about this whole thing, I mean, worst part's that the kid.
well,
got
that was the
decapitated.
child's death. Would
But
be. Yeah.
but what happened was his family was waiting for him at the bottom
Oh,
of the
God.
slide,
Jesus.
and I don't know whether the body or the head came down
And they were.
first.
Well, it would obviously be the body.
I think so. Yeah, I think the body came
Well,
down.
I don't
the head
imagine
was
it-
caught in the mesh.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, no, I
imagine
think,
a
I think
scenario.
the
I don't
head.
know, it wasn't caught.
I think the head might have just popped off. You know, like
That's
a,
terrible.
Like a
Like a Barbie doll.
like a yeah.
don't-
like
we
the
don't
top
need
of
an
one of those
analogy.
Squeeze-Its, you know.
We know what it.
The top of a squeeze.
Remember those? The
Turns out we needed an analogy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like drinking hot otter pop. They were so good.
Yeah.
Oh man. And it had the softest,
red.
shittiest plastic that they could come up with, right? That you just knew
It was
was
like
bleeding.
wax. It was like wax. It was like made out of wax.
Oh, I'm sure it was just
They had the
full of
commercials. They had the
carcinogens.
face
Yeah.
on the bottles. Yeah. You can
Yeah.
still you can't buy Squeeze-Its anymore. I looked into this, but you can buy the Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid Jammers.
Kool-Aid Jammers. Yeah, and they're
Do
they're
they
pretty
still
much the same thing.
anthropomorphize every child's snack?
You should.
I mean,
was a big- it was a big part of my
worked on
childhood.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
Got
a
shark
weird
fruit snacks
notion,
over
right?
there.
Like if this drink in your mind is a little cartoon person,
Yeah, sure.
you're gonna twist off its scalp and squeeze its life force into your
Of course,
body,
yeah.
crumple its husk,
Yeah.
and throw it away.
Yeah.
That's
I like
fucking
it's a
metal.
real
I'm
I'm
move,
reading
yeah.
that page now, and it said the kid died before
By the way,
reaching
that's a-
the bottom from a
just-
fatal neck injury sustained during the ride.
Later
Investigators later concluded
okay.
he was decapitated.
Well, maybe
How did they
decapitate-
conclude that later? How did
Maybe
fucking
decap-
investigators?
maybe decapitate doesn't mean all the way off. Maybe
Hey, look,
we all have
I
a.
think
His
that's true. It
head's
does.
gone.
I think
there's
it does.
there's internal decapitation where you
There's a
just
word for
sever
this.
everything on the inside.
What do we call it?
Skin still.
Yeah. Let's look up decapitated. Let's see what that actually means.
Yeah, just click images.
So cut off of the head. Okay, so
All right. Or attempt to undermine.
They do have things where
By
some people
removing its
play it a
leaders.
little fast and loose with that word. Like
think so.
that one guy that got like internally, or no, it was a kid who like got internally decapitated from a bike accident where
Internally?
everything got like
like
destroyed.
the skin held up,
Yeah, yeah.
but the
basically.
vertebrae were separated and
Yes.
everything. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
That's-
it's maybe it's more of a breaking of the connection,
Right.
and
But I
not
think-
necessarily a
I think
full.
it wasn't
generally
like a-
speaking, if you're going to
wasn't
say
a compound
decapitated,
fracture.
I mean, we're talking like ISIS decapitated. You know, we're talking heads getting cut off.
Well, usually it takes them a while to decapitate
yeah,
a
it's
head
like a
with
solid
ISIS.
motion.
This was a very
Yeah.
instantaneous.
I mean,
thing,
honestly,
would
probably
imagine.
like isn't the worst way to go. 'Cause he's
I think it is
having
probably
fun.
not a great way to go.
No,
Dying instantly on a water slide is exactly
I don't
how I
think it's
want to go.
instant.
By the way,
I don't think it's instant.
If he got decapitated, it is.
Probably.
Is it? No, because I
Unless it's slowly.
you know when they
ripping
said the
it off.
guillotine?
oh, the blinking
The
from the French
blinking.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just
Can we
nerves.
Snopes
That's
that
just-
shit? Because I'm really not sure about that.
It's just fucking nerves going wild. you
No.
know?
no.
You ask
Nerves
enough.
gone wild.
You ask enough people to blink in fucking sequence.
Okay, what do you need to do that, right? You need blood flow and you need nerve activity, right? You can still
here we go.
You can still do all that with what's, left in the tank, I would imagine.
I mean, it's
For
like
a moment.
It's like when you cook a fish and it's just nerves and shit going
The last
crazy. Yeah?
I cut the head off a rattlesnake a couple years ago. And
they can still bite you.
Its body was still moving intelligently. It was coiling and it was striking with its nub.
So what can happen?
Very-
what can
very
happen
interesting. I have
is
video of it,
if you
yeah.
leave enough of the brain stem, like at the back, like this happened with a chicken. There was a chicken
Yeah,
that
I
cut
cut
its head off,
I
and
cut
it
it up
survived for like a month.
Close to the head is where I
Yeah.
cut it. Yeah.
See, what you probably did is you probably left a little bit of the brain stem, and it
So
was probably just
interesting.
enough for like the real base functions of the rattlesnake. There was a
there
chicken that
gray
survived for
matter,
like a
like,
week with its head
distributed?
cut off.
So it's like a distribution of their gray matter.
I don't know if
down
it's
the
great.
spine.
It's
or-
like the part like right here, like at the base of your skull, is like where a lot of the like real
Yeah.
primal.
How
shit
did they
happens.
handle that
the
chicken?
pineal.
Because wouldn't it just
I think
bleed
they were-
out
I
and
think they
die?
were, like,
Oh, your
they
limbic.
intubated it.
That's the limbic brain, right?
So,
It's
like-
like your inner one that's down in the back.
Yeah.
They like decapitate and then like cauterize?
I mean, I don't know. I think there's a photo of it.
I'm not gonna look
No,
at that.
no,
Alright.
no. All right. Anyway,
Did you know they still were
But
guillotining
anyway,
people
the-
in 1977 in France?
In France?
1977 was the
That
last
sounds-
person to be
where-
executed in France.
How did France change so much in such a short time?
Did they change so much?
No,
I
in
feel like
between
it's-
1977 and now, they
in
were
their defense,
decapitating
in their
people.
defense, we're still using firing squad every once in a while.
Yeah,
We are?
I reject
Yeah.
this notion of like.
Yes, we
Guns are
are.
probably
When's the last
modern.
time we used the firing squad?
It's not as long as you think.
Dude,
I think it was probably like 30 years ago.
is it really
20 or 30 years
like a
ago.
metric of your civility, how you execute your citizens?
Some people think it is.
Yeah, I mean that's why we have to the no undue suffering. And
I
all
feel
that
like
kind
if
of
you're
stuff.
still just killing
I
people,
like
I know,
China
but that's
in
what it
general.
is.
I've heard
The
China
end
they
result
just
is
shoot
death.
them and then they charge the family for the bullet as like an extra fuck you.
well, someone's got to
They
pay
send
for
them
that
a
bullet.
bill. Yeah, but it would send more money to send the invoice. It would cost more to do that than it would.
It's the principle. Jake.
yeah, it is the principle. So fuck you.
2010.
Was the last
Really?
firing squad in
In
America?
the U.S.
That was in Texas.
But it was a guy that named Ronnie Lee Gardner was
Oh, well, he
executed by
deserved
firing
it.
squad in 2010, having said he preferred this method of execution because of his Mormon heritage.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool.
That's weird. I never knew
How?
that.
Yeah, so I think Utah is still doing it. Actually, no, they just banned it in 2004,
In Utah.
but the ban was not retroactive. So I think anyone who's lined up
so he'd
for
been-
it.
Yeah.
Did Utah ban porn before they banned the firing squad?
oh no, that's like one of the biggest consumers of porn is Utah.
Yeah.
I know, but
That doesn't mean
they
it's not
still
banned.
banned it.
Is it actually banned there? I don't think it is.
Isn't it controlled somehow?
Look at this.
Well, I
It
mean,
says,
everywhere it's controlled.
this article
Maybe it
says
is. I'm
this
not
article says the firing squad is making a comeback in the U.S. execution
Ah,
cases.
so glad.
All the kids are doing it.
Well, if your only stat is that there was one in 2010, then it looks like it's making a comeback.
Well, I don't
When it-
know.
when it, like,
I didn't
happen.
read the article.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Like if a statistician is deciding to be a dick, it'd be like, oh, look, there's this huge spike in 2010. I wonder what that was. And then like, oh, it must be a trend.
2 this year, they've doubled.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, the Schlitterbahn thing was really upsetting. Very sad story.
What was your point with that story? I forget.
We probably shouldn't build water slides that big.
It's just
Wet and Wild.
Wet and Wild.
Orlando.
Okay, that's
so there
Oh,
was
what
some-
is
Is
this?
this even a water park?
I know there was another water park where like a lot of people.
It's
got
probably not
injured.
like an aquarium-based thing.
I'm going
They're not
water
gonna compete
park.
with
Wet
SeaWorld.
and Wild
Can we hear
Orlando?
about Wet and Wild?
Yeah, so Wet and Wild Orlando. Let me pull up. Okay, so Wet and Wild Orlando was actually it's considered America's first water park.
What?
Yeah, in 1977
I
by
bet it sucks.
SeaWorld creator George Millay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that guy was a madman.
Was he?
Oh, he's like, let's put a fucking whale in a tank. Yeah, I think he qualifies as a madman.
Why is that madman?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's like it's an insane notion that you can take a fucking whale and just put it in a tank. Like
Hey,
you
I
can-
want
you
a
can
whale as a
clearly
pet.
do it. It's just a little
Yeah.
mad sciencey, right? Like it's a little.
so it's
Was that like at the time that like zoos were popular? And I don't think it was that.
It probably doesn't seem as weird now
Right,
because
like-
we're so used to having a whale in a tank.
If you
but
just, I'm not like defending caging up whales, but
no, there was
the context of that person's time might be like, I'm at a zoo. Why don't I just do this with fish?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe
It's not that much of a
maybe it
leap,
was a
right?
little. Yeah, maybe it was a little less of a jump.
But
I don't know.
it's definitely got to
It
be a
just
little
seems-
bit more of
seems
a
really
departure,
difficult.
just because
they
dealing
can't
with
keep,
water is a lot harder.
They can't keep great whites in captivity. They always die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to like roam like huge
Really?
areas, or they like lose their shit. And
Yeah.
die.
They,
Whales are a little tougher. You know, they can suffer silently.
they get the messed
They just drown a trainer once in a while, and they're good.
they get messed up fins too.
yeah, they get it's I think the
It's because they're
scientific
too close
name
to
is
the
sad fin.
surface. It's because they're too close to the surface all the time. That the fat like gets softer.
Huh.
I can't remember. It's like the
I always thought
light
they were
and
like
the lack of
rescuing the
pressure
ones with the
like,
messed
fucks
up
them all up.
fins.
No.
Huh.
So yeah, Wet and Wild Orlando. I just thought it was interesting because
Well, the name is great.
it was a great name first of all, and it actually spawned a Wet and Wild branded parks across the country with its success. So
Is there one around here?
I don't think so. If there is, we should go.
I wonder how water parks are doing right now.
That's what I was going to talk about. Water parks in general.
Yeah, because we just
It's a weird thing. It's a
in
weird
California
concept.
we just apparently had a huge drought.
Yeah, but apparently it's done.
Yeah, because
Well, I
we
don't
got
know.
rain 3
It hasn't
times.
officially been ended or whatever.
No, supposedly they
Did it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
the
can't give a
government
shit.
or just I think
Yeah.
just announced that it's supposedly.
And what
over.
people fail to do is they correlate our water stores with our rainfall
Sure.
and think if the rainfall is okay, then we don't have a problem getting water.
Sure. Oh, yeah,
right?
I have a
There's
big issue
there's
with
still a gazillion people over here, and we're not making new
Right.
ways to store and distribute water.
Drought
Yeah.
is-
Right.
the whole
We need-
concept is such fucking stupidity anyway.
The concept
whole-
of droughts.
drought?
In modern America,
No, they
yeah,
happen.
there is enough water to go around. We can pipe fucking oil across the country. We can't fucking. You're telling me we can't fucking pipe water? We can just buy it at
I
market
think that's
rate
what we
and pipe
do.
it
I
from
think
somewhere
that's what we
else?
do
Yeah.
mostly.
Yeah,
that's
and that
problematic.
entirely solves the problem.
Except for when there's not enough water from the place you're piping it to.
Fuck
as
them.
Well.
Fuck them. We have more money than them. They can go fucking die. I don't give a shit.
All right, Jake.
Let's
Jake,
just take it.
That's Jake at BabbleLabPodcast.com. All complaints.
Jake has just gone officially 100%.
Jake, formerly at jake@babylonpodcast.com.
So, okay, this is ultra interesting. He was given the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award.
The guy who invented SeaWorld and
The guy
Wet n Wild?
who invented the first water park.
So did SeaWorld start in Orlando then?
I don't know.
I'm from San Diego,
think
so
so.
to me,
It seems like-
SeaWorld, because Disneyland and SeaWorld, those are like,
Well, they have one in
those
Texas,
were mine
don't
first,
they?
all right? I don't know. Texas is stealing everything now.
But it was the
Except the
World
water.
it was the World Water Park Association who gave him that award.
That's a thing.
Exactly. That's where I wanted to go
He
next.
totally created it.
So he founded the first water park,
Mark,
and then
he also
got the
founded the
first ever
organization.
Lifetime Achievement Award from the World Water
They
Park.
named him the official father of the water park.
Yikes.
He's the father.
Who's
of
the mother of the water park?
I don't know. Probably his
Is
wife.
this like
I suppose
mythology?
if he created the first water park,
I
yeah,
like to
he'd
think
get
this
that
is like
title.
mythology, like he dicked outer space in the first water park. You know.
I like that the World Water Park Association, if you pronounce that acronym, it's almost like a sound effect in a water park. It's like, whoop.
All right, let's see what it says about the World Water Park Association. Started in 1982, which is after he started his water park. Not a non-for-profit.
Okay, well, you
member-based
can't have
trade.
an association of a thing before the thing exists.
You're right.
So
You're
don't-
right.
Don't act all surprised.
But it's weird that they
Actually-
would retroactively give him an award.
You could probably have an association for that. They probably have like a futurism societies that have associations.
Yeah, like
for,
Scientology.
Aren't all awards given retroactively?
No.
No, some are
They
given.
can't say like, hey, that thing that you're gonna do, top notch stuff.
Actually, they gave Obama a Nobel Peace Prize before he did anything.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and look how that panned out.
He had already set a
something.
tone, though. I think was the
He
idea.
already said, "I'm gonna do something." So
Well,
that's a
he
future
was gonna-
award.
He was
Now
gonna
you're
not
saying-
do
oh,
something,
yeah,
like
setting a
bomb more
tone.
people.
That's a
Yeah.
future award.
Even
then.
though he did.
That's a future award. That's
Yeah,
that's
it's
there's-
true.
they're like they gave it to him because they wanted to reinforce his idealism, but then it didn't necessarily
Yeah,
work out.
he bombed people more discreetly, right?
Which is appreciated. I'm okay.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I don't want to have to see that shit.
So here's the good thing. They have a World Water Park magazine, which I want to
Sign me
subscribe
up.
to. Yeah.
I don't know how any magazine still exists, especially this
This is
one.
a very niche market. This is only water park owners, I'm assuming.
It's probably the only way they can get the fucking info. It probably doesn't exist online.
So, like,
You
I
get
get,
these
like-
weird magazines.
The World Water Park Association was founded by George Millet. He founded his own organization, which then gave him an award.
Weird.
The father of the water park, and also designed the industry-changing
Wait.
SeaWorld and Wet n Wild amusement parks.
What is that fucking
Wait.
logo? Is that supposed
No,
to
it
be
doesn't
a
say that he
wave?
founded it.
What is happening?
Yeah, it
founded-
does.
What's that white like?
No, it just says
U?
founded
That's
in
the froth.
1982.
Oh.
It was inspired
Why
by
is the
Oh.
froth perfectly? It looks like a broken surfboard. Why is it? Look. If you go left,
You're not
going to
put imperfect froth in your logo.
No, like right in the middle, the big
Here?
white part. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck is
Yeah.
happening? Is this just
That's
disrupting
just
me
what's this?
mentally?
You know when a
Yeah,
wave
it's a
breaks?
really bad logo.
Why have you ever seen a wave?
It's not that bad
I
of a
have,
logo.
but it doesn't look like that.
So
That
it-
looks like shit.
There's something weird going
That
on.
looks like they did
That's-
it in
that's
paint.
a-
I'm with you. It
You know
looks
what that
kinda
logo
strange.
reminds me of? It reminds me of those like '90s Dixie cups with that
Yeah.
weird
yeah.
swishy
Yeah.
thing.
Well, this
Yeah,
was
the
from
purple.
1982.
It reminds me of a water bottle.
Water bottle.
It looks like Palomar
Looks
water.
pretty
or something.
refreshing. Looks refreshing. Yeah. So I thought, water parks.
Were you guys big water park kids?
Anything else?
I
Anything
love
else
Wild
cool
Rivers.
with Wet and Wild?
The coolest-
that we should know.
The coolest thing that I did with the water park was they did this like run there where you actually get to run through the water park and do all of the slides as part
Aren't
of like
you
the
supposed
relay.
to not run?
Yeah,
at the
it was
water
really
park?
strange.
They always yell at you to do that.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like the only rule of the water park.
That's
other than
why
not
it
go
was
shit
so
in the
great.
wave pool.
It was like a mile run through the water
Or
park where
kids
you got
just
to run
slipping
and
and
hit all of
dying
the
everywhere. They
things.
just
Yeah,
finally understand the rule.
Probably.
It's like a lot of-
They would throw you
That
into
was
the
the
end
point.
of the wave
A
pool.
red tide.
to teach
in the
everyone
wave
what's in
pool.
the red tide. That's what we're talking about.
No, seriously, they like made you jump into the end of the wave pool and swim out. That was part of like the relay.
Really? Because you're not supposed to. There's always like that roped off last
Yeah.
10-foot section of the wave pool. Because I think you can get sucked in.
It
and
was
just
like
die.
right before that.
It like shreds
So you jump in, like,
it's
right-
a
right
food
before that.
I think it
processor
decapitates
at the
you.
other end of it.
You had to run through the lazy river.
I split my head open at Wild Rivers when I was a kid, like really bad. Like
Great.
I had to have stitches.
maybe you should have been
They
running.
gave me- they
Did
gave me
you
a bunch
hit
of-
the net?
They gave me a bunch of free baskets.
Were you on the
No, I
Schlitterbahn?
smashed my head on a pipe.
Oh.
They had this big steel pipe that I smashed my head on.
Oh, so you just weren't watching where you were going.
No, I stood up too early. They had the slip and slide that went under steel pipes that were at the right height that you could smash your. They made them taller.
I don't think you're ever
after
supposed to
that.
stand up on the slip and slide. That
Yeah,
was.
they tell you to.
I
see
thought
it.
it was-
if
I
by
thought
too
I was-
early you mean you did it at all, then
I
yes.
thought I was out
That
the
was-
other end.
Anytime it's too early.
It was hard. There was no clear distinction between where the slip and slide ended and where you were just in the pool thing. So I stood. I thought I was at the end of it.
This guy is why we have cancer labels. on
Reasonable.
everything.
Yeah, this
No,
is-
it's a reasonable
this guy.
assumption. It was a reasonable assumption for a 6-year-old kid. And hey, I ate the consequences. I took my stitches
Okay,
like a little man.
the window
That's
for a
what my mom
reasonable
told
assumption
me.
of a 6-year-old is like pretty broad.
Yeah, well, you know,
Because you can
that's-
shrug and say, "Ah, he was 6."
Yeah, that's It's reasonable. It's a very reasonable thing. I probably have a scar on my head, but I have hair, so you know.
For now.
That's a problem for later.
So unfortunately, Wet n Wild was bought out.
Oh, no.
Oh, what is it called now? Universal.
Let me see. It was bought by the Bubba Tub was removed. That's important to note.
Oh, fuck the Bubba
Oh, it's called Volcano Bay.
Volcano Bay, which is owned by Universal
It's going to be
Orlando.
replaced, so they're just like getting rid of it.
I think the Bubba Tub
They're
was
just
the gay
redoing
bar,
it.
right?
Yeah, they're just taking it out and redoing it.
The Bubba Tub. Yeah, but it's like only
you don't want to
jacuzzis.
know. That's not water in there.
Oh,
The Bubba Tub.
oh boy.
Well, they had they had the Behemoth Bowl for a while.
It's kind of like
But then they went for the Bubba Tub.
They went for the Bubba Tub.
I want to see their matrix of noun and then vessel, and then you just combine the two. You got like tub and bowl over here.
Dude, they had pro slide technology. You don't even know what you're talking about.
You could write an algorithm.
Only the best.
Do you
could
even
write-
subscribe to the National Water Post Association magazine?
No, I
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing. You're embarrassing all of us
Added
right now.
a castle with a tipping bucket which dumped 250 gallons
Boom.
of water, U.S. gallons.
That's
which
a
are
lot.
different than imperial gallons.
That's
I
a
didn't
lot of
realize.
water
true?
coming your way. It
Yeah,
is
they're
true.
smaller. Smaller?
Well, let's see.
I don't know.
One
250
of them's
U.S.
bigger.
gallons. Scroll back down.
Oh,
How
my-
confusing.
It had the
It
conversion.
had the conversion for you?
Because I know in Britain they sell gas in
Where'd that go?
liters, but
Yeah.
they rate
Okay.
efficiency
Well, they
in
don't sell
miles
gas.
per gallon.
They don't sell
Yeah.
gas. They sell
250
petrol.
They rate it with imperial.
250 U.S. gallons is 210 imperial gallons.
Did you guys know there's a Fibonacci
Yeah,
relationship?
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so the U.S. gallon is smaller then.
Oh, every water. Look, they have the blast and the black hole, just like every water park.
Well, they had Blastaway Beach though, and the
Oh, how
Bomb
fun.
Bay.
The Bomb Bay.
They name their attractions like I name my pornos.
That's
Blastaway Beach,
Aqua Drag Racer.
these
the
sound
black
like,
hole.
These sound like cocktails
drag
on
racer,
Carnival
yeah.
Cruise Line.
What about Der Stuka?
Oh, they have that one in Schlitterbahn.
Yeah,
It's killed 4.
What is that? Disco H2O?
yeah.
How fast does Mach 5 go?
About Mach 5, Mach 4.
Nice.
Just
Well,
fast enough
The
to
surge
cut off.
is
the
actually
surge.
has no water in it. It's just that green soda.
The wake zone, which is now the woke zone. they had to change that
Past
one.
tense.
Here's the former attractions too.
Corkscrew.
Classic.
They went through a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Kamikaze.
The Mach 5 beta.
Kamikaze was
that's the
way
one that
too
the Mach
offensive.
You could
Beta
only
was
ride it
replaced
once. Was the
by
thing.
the flyer.
Which I just
Actually,
want to say, while we're talking about it, Pearl Harbor did happen. I feel like we should
They weren't
say that.
kamikazing at that point, by the way.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Actually,
so
I think
everybody
they
knows.
were. I
No,
think they were.
they were not.
When they left, they were like, "We're not coming back."
That was
Look,
in their
That
mind.
was
but
more of a distance.
All I
issue,
know
though.
is
Yeah.
that the Earth is definitely flat.
that was okay.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
That was commitment to the mission is different than.
I feel like
I think
at that
the-
point, if
they
they
weren't
got shot, they were aiming their planes
I
to
think-
hit a
I think
target.
we,
Yeah, that's different
think-
than I have a perfectly good plane. I'm gonna.
I don't know. That's
Perfectly.
we
What
have-
happened
we have to-
later?
Please,
we have to look
they were
at kamikazes
Japanese
later.
planes.
They-
All right,
we have to-
I only like
They
made in
had
America.
they had better planes
I
than
only
us,
like
by the
four-
way.
Of course they did. They're Japanese. Their cars are better too.
Well, I thought you were saying the opposite.
No, I was joking. I was being sarcastic. I was
Okay.
being a dick.
That's what sarcasm means.
Kamikaze.
Being a dick.
I think that
Saying the
water
opposite.
slide would really do it for me if it was like one of those tubular water slides and it goes through like a ship.
Are you using that as a Southern California adjective?
Tubular.
Ah,
It's a cool water
No,
slide.
it's not.
It's
Yeah.
an
That
enclosed
was a pretty
tube,
tubular
not an
water
open
slide.
Okay,
tube.
got it.
So it doesn't decapitate you if you stick your head up when you go in through the ship.
I'm just upset that they
Nice.
got rid of Bubba Tub.
Bubba Tub is great.
Let's make our own.
I was
Bubba Tub.
planning
In
to go.
1992, I
Oh,
never
we were
even
so
got.
close.
I know,
We could've
closed in
gone 3 years ago.
2014.
It's the dumbing down of America.
It is. They replaced it by the
Rest in
Aqua
peace.
Drag Racer. Who
Lame.
cares? Who cares?
Both
They
oddly
kind of
still a gay bar.
had an issue. The Bubba Tub was mostly cum by the time they got rid of it.
Okay. All right.
They replastered it.
So in the Aqua Drag Racer, how fast do they shoot you a quarter mile?
I don't know. I don't know what the best time is. Things changed a lot
Hey,
recently.
you
when
guys remember the water slide where they'd flush you like a turd?
Yeah, the toilet bowl.
Every water slide?
No. There was a huge dump. They'd pull a lever and there'd be a huge dump of water.
Yeah, I
all
remember
at
what
once.
you're talking about at Wild Rivers.
Like you were a big piece of shit.
I don't think that was what they're going for.
Yeah, it was called the
I never
Flusher 3000.
internalized it that way.
It was called like something like Cobra thing.
I think
or-
Jake just feels like a big piece of shit most of his life, so he's like, "This makes sense."
This is exactly how I feel right now.
You are what you eat.
Yikes.
Hey, it's good enough for owls. It's good enough for me.
Do they eat shit?
They eat their own poop.
I have to.
Yeah, but it's not poop. It's a pellet.
It's
No,
their
they
own
eat their own
though.
poop too.
Although I have to agree.
Are they two different things?
I think, yeah, no, those two, they also poop. They have the pellets and then they also
Did you know
some owls.
most cats
Some
that go
owls.
missing in LA are from owls? It's not coyotes.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually not surprising.
It's owls.
I was talking about this with somebody the other day.
My
that-
cats are
that
like just
owls
the
are
right
pretty
size
rampant in this
for-
area
Yeah,
too.
they're gnarly.
Rampant. like they're
Yeah.
swooping off with your kids.
Yeah.
They swoop off with cats
And stealing all the
which
jobs.
is basically what you have as
Owl.
children.
This rampant owl
So I need to build a
population
higher
is
wall.
out of control.
Build the wall.
That's why I have an owl zapper in my fucking yard.
That's what the shotgun's for, to
What is
keep
this,
your
an
cat
owl
safe
zapper?
Yeah, what is that?
from owls.
It's,
Yeah.
it's just a giant, big, like a bug
Owl
zapper, but it's
zapper?
big.
Yeah, it's like a really big bug zapper.
I got a fly
And
swatter,
you
but I
fill it with
modify
mice
for
so that they
owls.
get attracted to the mice and then they fly
I
into
can just
it.
sit out there and watch it for hours.
Yeah, that's,
It's a real hoot.
then you can eat them afterward. There's a lot of meat on an owl.
Are there?
They taste just like I don't know.
I'm sure there's a reason why
I
we
think they're-
don't
I
eat
think
owl.
they're fluffier. Probably because they're like some of them are endangered.
It's hard to find them.
Are
They
they
probably
actually?
don't taste very good.
Yeah.
Sneaky.
No one's hunting in that.
There is a lot of
They work-
you
they
taste
work-
like what you eat going on.
They
like,
work a little too
like
hard.
bears in the spring are awful, and bears because they're eating like
Yeah, I've
rancid
heard that.
meat and fish and shit like that, and then bears in the fall are just eating like berries and
it's
they're
delicious.
just delightful.
Yeah.
Sweet meat.
Right.
With land animals, the general rule is that animals that are carnivores taste worse.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to
Interesting.
sea animals.
Yeah.
Sea animals that eat garbage are the best, like lobsters that'll just eat like fucking like used tampons and shit. They taste really good, you know. I think that's
My dog did that
That's
once.
mostly that's
Used tampons are actually their primary prey.
yeah. I think that's what most lobsters eat most of the time.
So you were onto something earlier though, but I was thinking more of urine, because they
What?
said 1.3 million visitors a year was their peak, like at when they closed. That's a lot of people
In the Bubba tub?
In one. Well, they didn't probably all.
In one Bubba tub.
They probably didn't all
How big
go.
is a bubble tub?
No, Bubba tub.
Oh, that's worse.
It's
Yeah.
smaller than a bubble tub actually.
Sounds like a place where they would boil people.
You could put bubbles in a bubble,
Bubba
tub though.
tub?
Yeah, it sounds like something like out of like a crawfish boil.
It's so like quaint and southern, yeah.
The Bubba tub.
Like if the Holocaust happened in the South.
throw them in the Bubba tub. It's like some guy with like 6 teeth in Louisiana, you know.
I like how they always have 6 teeth, right? Isn't that what the strippers had?
Paul, we gonna throw him in the Bubba tub, aren't we?
Wait, paw. That's like from the prairies, right? Do they have paws?
What year is this happening in?
Now, this is the South now.
Where do they
It's
have
like
pappies? Is that there?
Pappies?
No, pappies. Where are paws and where are pappies?
Paw.
Pappies are paws. Pappies.
Paws, paws.
Well, that's a grand pappy.
Oh, grandpappy.
Grandpappy.
Right.
No, I think that's a pappy's paws. Grandpappy.
That's the animal hand.
and then you become Grand Imperial Wizard Pappy. Because it's the South.
a lot of generalization right now.
Well, you know.
I guess no one will listen to us in the South.
Who gives a shit? There are like 10 people there.
Really staked out our demographic at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm glad we had
Hey,
that.
I
I'm
can-
glad we had that pre-podcast discussion where we tried to limit Jake.
If I can
well.
laugh
It
at
worked.
myself, I expect our audience to be able to laugh at themselves.
That's yeah.
And if they can't, then fuck them. Like literally, like let's fuck them. In the Bubba tub.
So is this normal for water parks? Is water usually heated in the winter? I feel like
No, a lot of
in
it's
Southern
closed.
California the water was cold.
No, a lot of them.
Yeah, they would
close.
close here for a
Yeah.
couple months.
That would be nice though.
In
if
the,
you went to
in
one
the
with heated
South,
water.
they either have to heat it or close
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
Just the water
Fucking die
seated.
of
You're gonna be walking around in a
hypothermia.
bathing suit. It's gonna be so
So
cold.
screw your
It's
margins.
mostly just urine at that point.
Hey.
That's where I learned the idea of mental fortitude and separating yourself from what you're experiencing. Was
Really?
waiting in lines in water parks where I figured out if I say to myself I'm not cold, all of a sudden I wasn't cold. I learned that at water parks in the
I
winter.
used to like that because you could scope out some good nips on women when you were in line.
That's also it was theme parks is when I first saw
you
the
scope
value
out nips?
of reflective sunglasses
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
because you're in line with
You
people
avert
for
your
a
gaze.
long
well,
time.
and girls dress skimpy at theme parks.
They do.
It's hot. It's big, open, flat cement spaces.
Right.
You know.
There was
That's you either got to get them hot or get them cold. But either way, you're gonna peep some nips. You know?
Very astute observation, Jake. Thank you for chiming in on that.
For more useful tips, email Jake at the Babble app podcast.
So one of the coolest things with water parks in the winter is that I don't know if you've heard of the place in Germany that's just outside of Berlin.
Oh, the Schlitterbahn.
Oh yeah, the Schlitterbahn.
yeah.
Oddly not the Schlitterbahn, but should have been called that. It's like in a giant old air hangar. So
Oh,
it's-
I did
Oh
see that
yeah.
one.
Indoor water
Yeah,
park.
I
Yep,
see that
yep,
one.
yep.
I imagine that one's open all year.
I went to one in Colorado that was indoors. It was pretty cool.
I'll be down for that.
Pretty good time.
No sun. You have to wear sunblock.
No sun, still water fun, warm, no cold. You don't have to have any mental
That's
fortitude.
their slogan,
You can
actually.
just
It's
be-
no
It's a little,
sun, still
it's
water
a little
fun.
too warm in line though. No nips to peep.
Oh, that's
They're like,
true.
You can't peep nips.
Everybody's in button-ups.
Nips to peep sounds like a ratio.
What's the nips to peep
It
ratio
follows a
on that?
Fibonacci sequence.
By the way,
oddly with 3.
Usually nips to
Three
peep
with
is,
Cole.
nips to peep is usually 2 to 1 ratio. I'm just gonna say.
Which is also Fibonacci.
In this case,
all comes
we
back to-
are 9 to 4 here, people.
It goes
Yeah.
1, 1, 2.
Hey, let's go back to that spiral on the Vanuatu flag. Huh? We're talking about Fibonacci sequences.
I don't.
right?
Well, that would be the golden mean, which happens to.
No, but they
It's
said,
based
they
on the
said
Fibonacci
a lot
sequence.
of things in nature follow Fibonacci.
the
sequences,
golden.
right?
It's called the
Like
golden. Yeah, the golden mean.
ratios between shells.
No, the golden ratio. Golden ratio, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's you keep
golden
cutting
Horatio.
a space into thirds over and over and over. That the spiral that creates is the golden mean. But in nature, what it is
Happens a lot.
if your leaves are growing out at any rational number, you're going to get a repeat, right? At some point, you're going to get a repeat. So
Sure.
you're going to have a leaf on top of another leaf that won't get sun. But if you have an irrational number, like what the Fibonacci sequence breaks down
That's
to,
why that is.
then you get
that
yeah.
totally makes sense. That's the first time I've heard a really good explanation for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why it occurs in nature.
There's a lot in nature too.
Yep.
Shells and shit.
Yeah, miles to kilometers.
God, learn something new every day. We're learning such important
That
stuff.
kind of
here.
nature.
We learned about nudes of popping.
And I can't forget.
We saw about nudes.
I can't forget I've learned
The
about
nudes
this.
were a poppin'.
You guys missed out. You didn't play the video. You won't believe where that cigarette
It's-
was going next.
Hey, we have to leave some
boy.
content for episode 2.
Oh boy.
All
Okay,
right,
so-
what's next?
We should move on to the
Do
next
we want to move to
segment.
the next segment?
I'm gonna go pee out of my
I have to
dick.
pee as well.
Yeah, I gotta-
We're going to take a quick
take a
break
break.
here
Taking a
at
break.
Babalag Podcast.
Hey, can we play the fanfare again?
So long.
We'll take a break now.
Pee
Here we
break.
go. Taking a break. The Babble
I can pee too.
Podcast.
Less offensive than normal.
I thought we discussed that.
Hey, we're back.
We're back now, but when we said break, we actually meant break for a week because this is the end of part 1.
We're wrapping it up.
So tune in next week for the part 2 of episode 1, which
What?
might as well be episode 2.
Let's just call it what it is.
It's a different segment.
It's different. We were going to go in a different segment, but we've gone way too long on the first segment. So now it's almost like we might as well.
So next week we're going to talk about something that some of us know a little bit
Yeah,
about.
it's a topic that
maybe
we've all
Agreed upon.
agreed upon beforehand. So there might be some actual knowledge being. No.
Probably not. Jake's
All
involved.
right, all right. See you
We'll
next
see you
week.
next week.
Babble Lab.
The Bible Lab.